Oh my god. Hi. I don't know. I don't do intro, so I don't know what to say specifically, but hi. My name is Lena, and I'm on this podcast. And today I will be doing a solo. Yes, that sounds very scary. The idea of it is very scary to me too. So, yeah, I guess we'll be doing that. And since I don't know how to do intro nor outro, so I'm just gonna say that please follow us on our social, which will probably be linked down below. So please do that. And now let's get to like the topic of today. Solo, shall we? God, I'm so awkward at this, but I will try. I'm trying. So today I will be talking about a topic that's probably very popular. Um, as you may or may not know, probably you already know this. Um, Today we'll be talking about Astroworld. Yes, right, you're right. Travis Scott concert. People actually died there. So I'm just gonna go around this topic and give you like some basic insight of it, give you my insight and like some other people insight too. So basically this is going to be like a relaxing episode, right? Not that relaxing considering how heavy the story is, but yes, speaking of that, trigger warning, death. So yeah, if you're uncomfortable with that topic, please head out now. So basically here is what went down at the Astroworld concert by Travis Scott. Um, 10 people were killed and hundreds were injured at Travis Scott Astroworld Music Festival in Houston, Texas. Um, it was on November 5th, and um, there were like a lot of people. The concert itself was very chaotic, and I'm not exactly good with summarizing stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you that 10 people actually died there, and Travis Scott, despite knowing that people died, he still continued the concert anyway. So a lot of things that people have been criticizing him for is because the first thing is that after this whole thing happened, it went trending on Twitter very very quick, and the people who actually attended concert share like explicit video of the concert, and there was this video going around with like this girl. She was in the audience and she saw someone like being carried away, as in like they have already like passed away. Um, she saw that and then she went up to the cameraman. She was like, people are dying. You need to stop the show right now. This is not safe for everyone. So please stop it. Uh, so that's what she did. And then the cameraman, instead of like acknowledging her and like responding to her or like even panicking because there are like actually people who died there, he just ignored her and continued the show, which very disturbing to watch, by the way, because it just shows that they don't care at all, right? And there's another video going around too. This video is from like Travis Scott, and like he was on the stage, and then he jumped down to the audience, and then he was like jumped down to the crowd, and people were like carrying them with their hands. Like, you get what I mean? Like, you jump down, see people, and then they like kind of like carry you and that. So he jumped down, and then according to him, somebody tried to get his shoe, like steal his shoe, and then he was mad at it, and he went upstage, and then he was like, "Who stole my shoe?" Like, I don't remember the exact quote. It would be good if I do, but I don't remember the exact quote. But basically, it was something like, "Get the motherfucker!" Like, he was trying to steal my shoe and stuff. And I guess the next thing that went down is that the crowd actually did get that motherfucker, and that quote unquote motherfucker ended up dying. And he was not the only victim. And the most concerning thing about this too is that a lot of victims, instead of like 20 or like 30, some of them were like even 10 or 14. So they were all teenagers. They were very very young. They went to this concert with an idea in their mind that, oh, they would have like a good time, a fun time, but instead they end up not going home at all. So yeah. And after this whole chaotic event, this it's just painful. Um, things that the event that happened, the Houston official actually vowed to promise to like provide answer of this tragic event that unfolded. And quote unquote, this is a very, very active investigation, and we will probably be at it for quite some time to determine what exactly happened. And that's what the Houston mayor said to the public. And till now, as I know it, there there hasn't been any, like conclusion that has been drawn from this case. People are still investigating it, I assume, but from until now that I do this episode, that I record this, I haven't seen anyone coming out like who is responsible for this, like what should they do. But 10 people died, and Travis Scott himself cannot ignore that, because how can an artist ignore that, right? Even if you're that much of a heartless person, like your PR team wouldn't let you do it, you actually have to show some kind of like sympathy or like, you know, sadness. So, I mean, after the concert, he did post like your typical apologize kind of like Instagram story with like a black background, like white text saying like, I am so sorry, my heart go out to every friends and family of the victims. And he ended up paying all the funeral fee for the family's member, and he also provided them with a free therapy package from this app called BetterHelp. So BetterHelp, I mean, I have searched this app up before, and it's an online counseling therapy app, which has been getting quite a lot of questionable review, but I wouldn't dare to say that their service is bad because I haven't like used it myself. So I would just say that according to some reviews on the internet, it's not entirely that good. So that's what happened. And it was just, to me personally, and like I just, okay, maybe I have this like kind of like prejudices held against like online therapy apps, because me personally, I have like bad experience with it, but I don't really trust those apps that much. So even if you're saying you're provided the family member with free therapy session from this app, which is online, then I still consider it to be kind of an ineffective solution. But again, I have never used the app before. I have never tried it before, so I don't dare to say that their service is completely bad. I'm just trying to say that I don't think this would work, personally. So like, what exactly was all of this? I don't know. But there were many details that were extremely disturbing that a lot of people point out. For example, the video I mentioned before of a girl pleading for help, but like the camera completely ignored her. And when I first watched that video, I wondered one thing: how is that allowed? How is this allowed? Is he held accountable after this? Does anyone like willing to take responsibility for this 10 people that have unfortunately passed away? So how is this allowed? How can you see someone pleading for help and bodies being carried away from the audience and you can still continue the show? And Travis himself also knew that there were dead body being carried away from his concert, and he still continued to sing. And that is just straight up disturbing and disgusting on so many levels possible. I just don't know how to say. I just don't know how he could do it. And on the other note, a lot of people also said that he didn't know what was going on, which to me is kind of hard to believe, because there were like police everywhere and they were carrying around bodies, which is kind of hard not to notice. But even if the case is that he didn't know that there were bodies being carried around, then I still have to like wonder, like, what was his team doing there? Should there be someone like be in charge of this? His team, like the concert organizer, there's like no way they they didn't know about this. They did know, absolutely, yet, but they allowed this thing to continue, and it just straight up very disturbing and disgusting. Like, how can you continue a concert with that much people, knowing that this concert area is no longer safe for everyone? The people are dying. So how is that allowed? Like, who will be the one responsible for this? And a lot of people also talk about like how Travis himself like kind of like owned up to his same mistake by paying the funeral fee. But personally, from my personal opinion, I think that when you organize a concert and people went there and they never go back to their family at all, and that they actually passed away, I think it's just like a necessary thing for you to do, to pay out the funeral fee. It would be disturbing if you wouldn't. And free therapy and better help, then again, I don't think this is a like effective solution, because this app has, gotten a few negative reviews, and I personally, just from personal experience, I don't trust like online therapy app that much. So yeah, I don't think that is anything effective. And after all of this, it is just, a conclusion for you to like say that artists themselves should be responsible, should prioritize their audience safety first on top of anything else. Because at the end of the day, when you think of this, an artist is nothing without their fans. So please keep in mind that if you have something to like say or something to defend Travis, I don't even know what to do. So basically, that's what I wanted to say, that you should definitely put the safety of your audience on top of anything else. And on the side note, even the whole what I'm going to talk about next, not exactly related to the situation himself, but people may have noticed that Travis, continued to sing during his concert while knowing that there were actually like dead bodies, and the people around knew, but a lot of them didn't do anything in particular. So how is that? Personally, I think it started from the fact that he himself painted him as like, he has this concept of like demonic, like a demonic person, not a demonic person, but like basically like he painted himself with like the concept of like, kind of like darkness and demons and like not possessed, it's like not that harsh, not that like big, but basically he painted himself with the kind of like a dark concept. So the people, his like fans, it's like allegedly fans, they also believe in like the same thing, like this is like Satan related or whatever, this will sell good. And I think that's the reason why some of them didn't do anything. But again, I wouldn't dare to assume anything. And yeah, so basically that's the end. To sum up, Astroworld is a terrible event, a tragic one, and this, I think personally, the authorities should do something about this so that it never happens again, because you can't just like let your people go to like a concert and then 10 of them end up being dead, right? So there definitely needs to be like a rule, like a law preventing this from ever happening again, and ensure that crowd safety and audience safety should be the top priority at every concert. And you should just stop your like concert, your show, when there's something bad happen. And yeah, so at the end of the day, Travis Scott, please fix whatever is it that's going on inside your head. Please don't do it again. And his team also need to like step up and own up to their mistake. 'Cause somebody has to like be responsible for the 10 deaths here. Like, there needs to be someone. So please stand up. Please end this investigation soon so that the family member themselves will have some time to, get away from all of these nasty things that happen. And please, every artist, keep in mind that the audience safety should always be your first priorities.